With the announcement of the newest Dragon Ball game coming soon, I've been in the mood to play some Dragon Ball games. So I picked up Dragon Ball Xenoverse because I've never played it before and I wanted to get the platinum on it. If only I knew the grind that was coming with it. For a little bit of context, Dragon Ball Xenoverse stars you as your own created character, and instead of reliving the same Dragon Ball Z story, you'll instead be put in similar fights where the main villain is being controlled and made stronger. What you have to do is beat them to restore the timeline to its original form, that being Goku beating Raditz, Frieza, etc. Before I could create a character though, I have to do the prologue by using Super Saiyan Goku to beat Frieza, Cell, and Kid Buu. After that, I'm given the choice of 5 races for my character. I chose Saiyan because I wanted to be a Super Saiyan. Doing that got me the Only Just Beginning trophy. I got dropped into the hub world, and the first thing I did was go to the time nest to officially start story mode. During my trips to the time nest, I would also check around to see what mentor had spawned in, but I'll get to them a bit later. From the time nest, I need to talk to Trunks to do story mode so I can get all those trophies and to level up so that way I can tackle all the parallel quests later on. For the most part, story mode was as easy as you'd expect. The one part that took some extra effort was getting to the legendary Super Saiyan saga. After beating the story mode, I needed to collect 5 time crystals in order to access it. I got the first one just by beating the game, and the second one from an NPC named Recon who's found next to the time nest. The third one comes from Parallel Quest 49, and the other 2 come from Parallel Quest 2 and 14 by beating them with an ultimate finish. Once I had all 5 time crystals, I need to talk to Trunks to finish the last part of story mode, which had me fighting Broly. Doing all of story mode left me with 11 out of the 50 trophies I need for platinum. And now that I'm a high enough level from finishing it, I can do a lot of the parallel quests with ease. Doing my first quest got me A Fantastic Journey Begins. The first of many, as there are 55 parallel quests and I have to do them all. Completing 7 of these gets me Proof of My Courage. Completing over 50% of them gets me Chaos is Coming, which is just doing 28 of them. And completing 80% of them gets me End of the Century Excitement, also known as doing 44 parallel quests. Just from beating story mode, I unlocked all of them except for 9. There are some characters I need to talk to around the hub world who will unlock them for me. The last person I needed to talk to was Android 17 to unlock parallel quest 26. By completing that, I got Memories Buried in Time for finishing all 55 parallel quests. At the same time I beat it, I also unlocked my last character, so I got the Greatest Warriors for unlocking all characters. While I'm walking around the hub world, let's talk about mentors, since there are 13 trophies associated with doing them all. Around the hub world, you'll see some characters who will train you if you're high enough level. The highest level I needed to be was 70 for both Goku and Beerus. To complete training with a mentor, I have to raise their friendship by taking them with me as teammates on parallel quests. Their friendship will only go up if I currently have them as my mentor, so I can't do multiple at once. By raising their friendship to max, I unlock 4 training sessions with them. Do all 4 of them, and I've completed training with them. Some of them will ask for items between missions, but I just bought most of them from the item shop. The only one that can pose an issue is Gohan and Videl. They asked me for the Super Soul I'm Okay. I get this Super Soul from Parallel Quest 47. This quest is one of the hardest ones in the game, and the item drops from Videl, who you fight in the second area, along with Hercule and Majin Buu. The thing is, it's completely random if Videl will drop the Super Soul. There's nothing I can do to make it more likely to happen. And when she does drop it, I still have to finish the quest without dying, which is already tough since there's so many enemies. Once Gohan and Videl are done, the rest is a lot easier. It's just finding other mentors, raising their friendships, and doing the missions. Only 2 mentors can be spawned in at once. Whoever your current one is, and someone else at random. If it's not who I need, I'd go into a parallel quest and back out to spawn in someone new. It did get a little annoying when there's only one more person I needed and they won't show up. The last person I needed was Android 18, and she refused to show up until I was almost done with the game. Now after I finished training with all 12 mentors, not counting the OC ones since they don't count, I got all their respective trophies, as well as rainbows form in your eyes by maxing out friendship for all of them.
I have no intention of using it all, so at least...
Now let's knock out a bunch of miscellaneous trophies before we get to the big grind of the game. 2 easy trophies to get are All Around the Universe for playing on every stage, and Battle in Your Sleep for doing 7 auto patrols. I eventually played on every stage just by playing through the story and all the quests, so this one isn't hard at all. It popped for me when I was doing Captain Ginyu's final training mission. Auto patrols happen when I enter a multi-lobby from the character select screen and then leave the game. When I re-enter, I get stats on what happened while I was off the game. To get this easily, I just have to enter a multi-lobby and then leave, and repeat that 7 times until the trophy pops. I actually didn't get this until I was super late in the game, since I would always enter single lobbies, so I never did auto patrols. But it's an easy trophy that I got done in a few minutes. There's also 4 trophies, all relating to collecting Dragon Balls. Dragon Balls are gotten by defeating Time Patrollers, and let me tell you, this is a doozy. Time Patrollers appear in certain parallel quests, and they have a chance to drop a Dragon Ball. It's not guaranteed. The best one I went for was in Parallel Quest 12, since when I start the mission, I can see if they spawned in. Did I mention they also have a chance not to spawn?
I gotta be strong.
I'll know if they dropped a Dragon Ball if instead of saying obtained material item, it'll say obtained key item. That key item is a Dragon Ball. Now just beat the quest and I'll get it. There's a trophy for getting my first Dragon Ball, the 2-star ball, the 4-star ball, and for getting all 7 and summoning Shenron. When I summon Shenron, there's a few choices of what to wish for. For the Platinum, I have to wish for more characters 3 times, a new super attack, and a new ultimate attack 2 times each. This means I have to collect all the Dragon Balls at least 7 times for the Platinum. Now here's a mess up I had that would end up costing me another few hours of grinding. There's a trophy called Eyes on the Prize, and it's for getting 500,000 Zenny, which is super easy, and I'll get it just by playing through the game normally. When I first got the Dragon Balls and I summoned Shenron, I was mashing X to get through all the dialogue. The first wish I can do at the top of the list is a wish for 500,000 Zenny. I think you can see where this is going. I mashed too much and made that wish completely by accident. I got myself the Eyes on the Prize trophy instantly, but that also meant I now had to collect all the Dragon Balls a total of 8 times instead of 7. There's also a few online trophies I have to do as well. Luckily, they're super easy with the group. There's an online mode called Endless Battle, which is this game's version of King of the Hill. By playing that mode with someone to help boost, I was able to get almost every online trophy done. With enough coordination, I got 4 trophies to pop at the exact same time. The first trophy I got is For the Sake of the Future, which is to play an online battle for the first time. Now we have to win an Endless Battle another 6 times in a row to get the other trophies. After winning the 7th match, I got Won't You Dance With Me for playing 7 online battles, a Fight of Courage and Pride for winning online 7 times, Take on All Challengers for playing 7 endless battles, and Online Champion for winning 7 endless battles. These next 2 online trophies I needed 3 people for, and luckily I found other players who also needed these. While we were doing the 7 endless battles, one of us was spectating, so by the end of it, we were able to get Rival to My Dreams for spectating 7 online battles. The other trophy had us going into a team battle, so we could revive each other for a team player. All we had to do was keep downing each other's teammates, so we could revive them 7 times. A lot of these trophies require the number 7 a lot. 7 matches, 7 wins, 7 revives, 7 auto patrols, and even gathering the Dragon Balls 7 times, if I wasn't so impatient and made myself have to gather them 8 times instead. Luckily, these next few trophies only required me to do them once. After battling with everyone to get the online trophies, we took a trip over to Time Space Delivery. From there, I sent a gift over to my boosting partner to get Share Your Energy with me. And he sent me a gift so I could get I Got a Present For Ya. The final online trophy I needed was for favoriting a Time Patroller. Time Patrollers are the custom player characters that are wandering around the hub world with a yellow name. All I had to do was walk up to one of them and press triangle to bring up their play data, and then X to favorite them. That got me Heart Thumping Encounter. Okay, now we get into the huge grind of this game, which if you've tried to get the Platinum, you know exactly what I'm talking about. In order to get the trophies full superpower and full ultimate power, I have to get every single super attack and ultimate attack in the game. A good amount of them I can get from either buying them at the skill shop or from the mentors when I complete their training. The other ones are where the grind comes in. First, I have to collect the Dragon Balls 4 times over to wish for a new super attack and a new ultimate attack 2 times each to get the skills from Shenron. and I've already explained how tedious it is to collect the Dragon Balls just for one wish. The last place to get the skills from are, you guessed it, the parallel quests. Each one can have up to 5 skills that need to be obtained for these trophies, and the chances to get them are all random. I just have to keep trying the quest over and over again until I get lucky enough that the skill I need drops, and that's not even the worst of it. Some enemies who have skills that I need only spawn in the battle if I complete the quest with an ultimate finish. Each parallel quest has conditions that need to be met for an ultimate finish to happen, but even if I fulfill all those conditions, the game could still not give me one. That's also completely random if I'll get an ultimate finish even after doing everything I need to get it. For example, on Parallel Quest 5, to get the ultimate finish, I need to defeat all the Cybermen before I defeat both Raditz and Nappa respectively. Then I have to defeat Vegeta, and after that, I'll see if luck is on my side. If it isn't and the quest ends there, then I have to do it all over again. If luck is on my side, then I still have to defeat Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa all over again, and hope that they each drop a skill I need. For this quest, they each drop a skill that I need that I can only get from the ultimate finish. Vegeta drops Explosive Wave, Raditz drops Vacation Delete, and Nappa drops Arm Crash. And if I don't get all 3, then good luck going back over that same parallel quest and hoping to God I can trigger the ultimate finish often. That's only one parallel quest out of 55 that I have to do this for. I just bring this one up specifically since it's the one I had way too much trouble on, especially for it being so early on. In this footage I've been showing you, it took me 6 tries to get an ultimate finish, and that's without taking into consideration what seems like the smallest chance that a skill will drop from an enemy. The super and ultimate attacks don't only consist of attacks you can use, which is what I originally thought. It even counts transformations, such as Super Vegeta 2, or the poses the Ginyu Force uses.
Very well then.
I thought it was only attacks you would use offensively, so you can imagine the confusion I had when I got the last super attack I thought I needed and not having the trophy pop, only to later find out I needed all the poses and transformations too. I bet you can also imagine the agony I felt when I realized that was even more playthroughs of the same parallel quest that I had to do, some of which I had already done dozens of times at this point. The way I would get through every parallel quest as fast as possible is to equip the Super Saiyan 2 transformation and the Giant Storm ultimate attack. Super Saiyan 2 powers up my super and ultimate attacks and lets me use them without the cost of any ki while it's active. I would spam Giant Storm since it covers a huge area and it'll always hit someone. If by chance it doesn't, I just do it again since it doesn't cost any ki, and after I KO'd someone, I would charge up my ki to rinse and repeat that same strategy. After going through every single parallel quest over and over to get all the new skills I needed, I was left with only 2 more. The ultimate attack, Super Vegeta 2, from Parallel Quest 38, and the super attack, Fighting Pose D, from Parallel Quest 10. Both quests required me to get the ultimate finish on them, so that was even more luck I had to deal with, but I was almost done. I decided to go after Super Vegeta 2 first, since it was the faster quest as the only enemy is Kid Buu. After close to 10 tries beating Kid Buu, with half of them not even getting to the ultimate finish, I used Giant Storm on him, taking out the last of his health, and when those words ultimate finish popped up on my screen, so did my trophy. Full superpower. I'd finally gotten all the ultimate attacks in the game. Now there was only one skill between me and my platinum. Fighting Pose D drops from Berta in Parallel Quest 10. After defeat a bunch of Frieza's goons, around 10 of them, on both Namek and in Frieza's spaceship, taking out the last few is when the game decides if it will give me the ultimate finish or make me start over again. This time it didn't. This time it did. But then the skill didn't drop. A few more tries later and I had another chance at it. Focusing on Berta because he's the only one I care about, I used Giant Storm to one-shot him, and there it is. You got a skill, pops up, and that's the last skill I need. A few Giant Storms later, because like I said, that is the best move for clearing out these quests the fastest, the quest finishes and boom. Full ultimate power for getting every single super attack in the game, and that's where I got my platinum. At least it would have been, but my last trophy was actually the one for doing 7 auto patrols. I wasn't kidding about never entering a multi-lobby and only joining single lobbies. If You Show Me Your Courage is a fitting name for this platinum. It definitely took a bunch of courage having to go through those parallel quests over and over again. According to the guide I used, it should take around 100 hours to platinum this game. My PS5 says it took me 78 hours, but those last 20 hours grinding for skills definitely felt like 100 hours. This platinum is not for the faint of heart, and I'd only recommend it if you like pain.